See if we're here. And see if we can stay here. We're here. Good morning. How's everybody doing? Oh, I have a little sound. We don't want any sound. That's a for sure. It's Monday, December 1st. Who knew? We made it to the end of the year. I mean, I didn't ever think we would make it. What is that? Oh, that's one of those pencils from Carmen. I love those. But we're at the end of the year. I didn't think I'd make it through September, October, or November, but we did. We all made it. We're here. And it seems like, doesn't it seem like it was just June? Oh, my grandson had his Sonic party yesterday. I have a Sonic tattoo you're going to have to deal with. I just saw it. Actually, I felt it. It feels nasty. I'm going to have to go rub it off. So here we are. It's December 1st. Yippee! Dogs are barking. What do I want to do this morning? I have piles beyond piles. And all I want to do is go back to sleep because oh, let me share the link. I'm sorry. Because I was up at 1:30 and I did not go back to sleep. Let's share the link. Oh, this is a lovely picture. Hi, Judy. Hi, Susan. Hi, Ellen. Laura, I shared the link for those who need the link. I'm sorry. Hi, Lita. Welcome, you guys, to December 1st. We made it. Yeah, I woke up at 1:30 in the morning and could not go back to sleep. So what do you do when you wake up at 1:30 in the morning? Your husband is fast asleep next to you. Your mother-in-law's in the other room snoring. He's snoring. She's snoring. Everybody's asleep. And I don't want to wake anybody up. So I did what any selfless artist would do. I put on a headlamp. Do you know what a headlamp is? It goes on your kepi here, on your head. And the light shines down on my paper, and I drew a collage element for Journal Play Day because guess what? Drum roll. We are continuing Journal Play Day. Who knew? Not me. I did not know, but we are. You guys successfully talked me into it. It is cold here in California, Shari. But yes, Journal Play Day will live on. It's just going to morph a bit. I haven't decided. Okay, let's talk about this. So I signed up for a class. I'm not going to tell you what artist class. That cost me $8 in October, let's just say. And I did not read the fine print because it was a subscription. So I thought once that class was over, it was over. So then in October I was sick. In November I was sick. No, I started it in September. That's right. I started in September for $8. And then in October I was sick. And November I was sick. So yesterday I decided to check my bills, go through your statements and just make sure everything's all right. And lo and behold, I was charged about $30 in October and November for this class that I thought I paid $8 for. So now I paid $68 for this class. So I've decided, even though it takes me a little bit more work, I don't ever want that to happen to you guys in my classes. So I'm going to not do them as subscriptions. I know it's a little harder for you to sign up every month. You have to remember and you have to sign up every month, but that's how we're going to do it. I was going to do subscriptions because I'm like, oh yeah, that's a piece of cake. I'll just do that. Well, to unsubscribe from this subscription is like a mystery. It took me, honest to goodness, about a half hour to figure it out. I clicked the button and I did not receive an email saying I was unsubscribed. I just have to keep checking my bill now every day to see if I'm still subscribed because I don't want to be subscribed. You know what I mean? So I don't want to do that to you guys. So we will not be doing subscriptions of any of the classes. They'll still be monthly classes. You can sign up. Here's what I'm going to do. Journal Play Day will be 3 months just like normal, 4 times a year. 3 months, 4 times a year. If we do the, I've emailed her several times, Linda, about other things, and I get no response, so I'm worried. But I will email. If we do the empty page class, it will be 3 times a year. No, 3 months at a time for 4 months, right? And if we do the creative stitching, it will be 3 months at a time, 4 times a year. So you'll pay for 3 months at a time. Does that sound good to you? Because I don't ever want to do that to anybody. I'm stupid. I know that. When it comes to subscriptions and stuff, I'm dumb. Dumb. But at least I should have gotten an email right away saying that you were taken off the subscription. So that's okay. I just wanted to share Journal Play Day. For those of you guys that have never signed up for it, I really think you should next year because I've been ripped off by an artist. Hi, Christy. Ripped off by an artist and they wouldn't even answer their emails. Oh, well, that's screwed up. Anyway, if you guys ask me a question and it's at 2 o'clock in the afternoon and I'm sitting on the toilet, I'm answering your question, you know? I answer everybody's questions. If I haven't answered you, let me know. Call me out. Let's do it. I started looking at all of my Journal Play Day journals and I can't stop. I really can't. They have been way too much fun to do. They have been way too much fun to go back through and look at. I mean, they just make me happy. So if you all are more interested in the art part of Journal Play Day, we will have an art section as well as creating the journal. So if you're interested more in creating the journal, that's fine. If you're interested in just the collage elements and the background papers, that's fine too. Because I'm going to combine it all. This is what we did on Saturday. I added 1 page so far. So what I do usually is this paper will not stick. I'm going to have to find another glue. Normally I take these out and bring them up to my bedside where I like to watch my television and write in my journals. But this one I've got some pages stuck in, so the whole journal's going to have to come upstairs with me. It has a flip flap here with a pull out. 4 times pull out. I love how stiff these get when you add cardstock to cardstock. This isn't gluing either. What is the problem here? I've got one of these. Look how pretty that is. Then you come over here, and I have a flip flap up with 2 spots. I was going to put something down here, but I like the paper. And then I have a flip flap here and one here, and I haven't decided. I might put a photo here. That's why I didn't do it there. And then I have a pull out here. And then the whole thing flips and flaps closed. More flapping than flipping. And then I'm going to make a thingy-majiggy. I found this beautiful heart that I was gifted by Debbie Thompson Boring. And it's going to go on my cover. Look how pretty it is. But the other cool thing is that it also matches this book really nicely. But it blends too much with this book. But it's the colors I'm kind of going with for the holidays. I love the red right now, and it's making me very happy. So that is Journal Playday. Oops, the heart fell. I wanted to share this because I took my pants off. Yes, I did. I took my pants off this morning and put them on the, yay, Debbie, you're here. Yay. I love my heart. I think I got 2 of them, but the other one is used on something somewhere. But I keep a little pile of stuff that I want to use. Like I'll keep a pile, several piles of paper stuff and then stitched stuff that I might want to use on something. And yeah, that made it to the top of the pile. So I took my pants off and I put them on the copy machine. And when we get to Rudolph, I think I'm going to use this deer. And I might trace her. I want to see if watercolor works on vellum. I haven't got that far. But if I want to just cut her out, I better go scan my pants without the wrinkle here in the side. But I love all the vintage art on my pants. So I took my pants off. That's one thing. We talked about Journal Playday and all the classes. Now let's talk about the idiosity. Is that a word, idiosity? So I had my tree, right? I printed it out. It was the big tree that Heidi Bricken did for us. And I was looking at it. I wasn't looking on it. Looking at it, and I'm like, there's no dates on these. Because I printed it out this size. And my little eyeballs don't see dates there. So I punched them all, and I thought, well, this will be cool. I'll put them in a bowl, and then I can just pick the one I want. That ain't happening. Because she's got dates on them. This is the first. So we're starting with Elf. But I did make this as a tiny one. If anybody wants a copy of the tiny one, and you don't know how to reduce things on your copy machine, then I can post this as well. Because I wanted this to go into my journal somewhere. You know, it's small enough to tuck in here. Okay. So I will label these all with numbers. I will throw this part out. I'm sorry, Heidi, that I cut up your beautiful tree. It was really pretty. The watercolor she did was really beautiful when it was big, but alas, I cut it up. This is how far I've got in my book so far. I have covered my fronts here. I don't think I've covered my backs yet. I covered one back. So the way it's going to work is I've got greens on the fronts with red, and the back is going to be red with green. Okay? I would like the small one, please. Okay, Judy, it's your job to message me to remind me because I can't do it right now. So I did all these. I think I did these. Did I do a video for these? I can't remember. Well, I know I can print 4 to a piece of paper. But, oh, you mean you can print 4 to a piece of paper. Yeah, that's a good way to do it. But just so you know, there are dates. So we're doing Elf first. And I kind of wanted to do a little mixed media-ish something. I don't really want this here. It's going to bother me. So I have this guy. I have a ticket, which I thought was cute for Elf. I have these little things. I have some scraps of Lindsay paper. If you have never seen my paper before, it's available at Adorn It. How is your sweet heart doing? Do you mean my heart? I am back to really good. Thank you, Terry, for asking. Oh, I like that one. But you can buy my Christmassy papers from Adorn It. If you want a link, let me know. I believe it's in the, usually when I post the video, it shows up there, but you never know. Oh, I like both of those sides. Oh, maybe that side. So anyway, I decided the front should be a little mixed media-esque. All right. So that's my plan. I want to get those holly leaves. And we're going for the Melody Ross style, which is just cutting and not measuring. Not cutting on a paper cutter. Just cutting with the scissors. I learned that from my friend Melody Ross. I think we'll tear this. Yes, we will. And maybe turn it this way. And then we're going to do a Buddy the Elf thing on the inside. But I don't want this to go here because this is what I have to do first. Sorry. Let's go back. I digress. Pat says, I always wonder how you do art in bed. Propped up, a tray, a clipboard. I find it very difficult with no desk or table in front of me. You know those like lap tray desks that have the sides and the top and you can eat meals on them when you're an invalid in bed? Well, I had that for a long time at one point in my life when I had my hysterectomy. And it worked really good because we sold those at my store. But then I didn't have a hysterectomy anymore. So now I have a box. Yes, I sit propped up like this. We are weirdos. Let me just preface it with weirdos. Oh, I don't have sound? I'll turn it. It's all the way up. Lindsay, you sound, oh, so much better. Your voice has joy in it again. Huh, I got joy yesterday, and I'll tell you how. My husband has 6 pillows. I have 4 pillows. One of our pillows is a big, fluffy, it's put in a sham, so it's never going to get squishy because we really don't use it for sleeping on. But it goes here, and then my other pillows get stacked behind it, right? I sleep with 6 blankets. 6. Now, I know those of you people that have weighted blankets understand the principle of this, but some people don't. So I have 6 thermal blankets because I am freezing at night. Okay, get ready because I don't ever want you knocking at my door. Ever. Promise me. Let's all pinky swear. I pinky swear I will never knock at Lindsay's door after, let's just say 6 o'clock. Because I start out in a flannel nightgown. Get ready, man, if you're listening. Here's the sexy part. And then I get naked. Because I get hot. We don't sleep with the heater on. Although right now, my mother-in-law has to have the heater on to 80 or she's freezing and she refuses to put on a sweater. She refuses to put on clothes. She sits in her nightgown all day long. So I'm hot all the time. So if I could, I would probably walk around naked all day long, but I cannot. So there you have it. All right, so I want to count here. And I want Post-it notes. Was that fun? Terry says, oh my gosh, I have 7 pillows and my hubby has 4. We have pillows all over the place. Aren't pillows the best? I could buy a new pillow. Let's see. If I was rich, I'd buy a new pillow, socks, and underwear weekly. Maybe monthly. Okay. I have to get organized here. Because on the back, oops, I missed some. So anyway, don't ever come over here because you'll find me naked in the middle of the night. It is not, it's not like seeing Christy Brinkley at her age, which is probably my age. No, it's not like that. It's like looking at your oldest grandma available. Donna says, I have 5 pillows and the hubby has 6. Isn't it nice to know that we're not crazy? I think it's very nice to know. Denise said, I'm so glad I live alone. I can be naked all day long if I want. Yeah, you can, except for those people walking up your driveway. All right, so this is going to be 1, 1, 1, 1, and 1. So let's just go to this. I'm sorry. Sorry that I have to do a little bit of prep work here, but I do. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're going with A Christmas Story on the back side. If you did what I did, now's your time to get organized. Right? Yeah. Haul Out the Holly. That's a cute one. Is that Hallmark? The Grinch. I am not a Grinch fan, but, you know, we'll do it. Let It Snow. Is that a movie? That must be a Hallmark. And Christmas Cookies. I've never also heard of that. Is that a movie? All right. So then we're going to turn the page. Ready? And then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I have, let's see what I have left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Who can divide that? My calculator's on my phone. Somebody divide that for me. Where's my calculator on my computer? I can't divide that. There it is. So 17 divided by 6 pages equals 2.83. Well, that doesn't make any sense. So I think what I'm going to do is do folding cards that fit inside all of these. So we'll start with 1. I don't need to label all the rest of these for the moment, because what I can do is, like with this one, let me just show you this one and then we'll cut them. Like with this one, I could do one long one here. I could do one long one here, and I could have another flap here for the third one if I need a third one. Cheryl says, I only sleep with 3 pillows. Am I weird? No. You could sleep with 1 pillow. When my husband had his neck surgery, he had to do 1 pillow. He had to be flat as a pancake, and that pillow was this thick. Anyway, so that's my plan. I'm glad I have a plan. So now I'm going to measure this and we're going to cut. And then I'll figure it out later while you're not here. So we're going to go 5 by 10 because we want to fold it in half. Okay? 5 by 10. You ready? I got watercolor paper here. Canson watercolor paper. That's what I'm going with because I have been a watercolor fiend lately. Now I have to get up and use my paper cutter, so momentarily I'll be back. Watch out, Woody. All right, now here's the thing. If you, Terry, I could have guessed that you don't do naked. Terry says, wait, I want to read to it. Terry said. Terry says, I don't do naked. If I could shower in clothes, I would. No one needs to see this hot mess. Not even me. I don't want to see it either. I don't have mirrors like anywhere. All right. Oh, yeah, one between your knees. That's a good way to do it. All right, so this one's just going to fold directly in half, 5 by 10. You ready? So 2.8 means we almost have 3 pages. So in some of these, we're going to need 3 pages, right? So if we do, this could become an accordion, and I could add an extra one here. I could also take this and add a flap this way. Do you know what I mean? So don't throw out these scraps. But I'm just starting with this one here. And we're going to go 1 for elf. What's next? Where's the card? Gosh darn it. Then we have Christmas with the Cranks, Love, Lights and Hanukkah, and Silver Bells. So I could do elf here, or I could do elf here, and he could be tall, because I'm thinking 2.8, right? I could also put another one in here that just pulls out. Susan says, uh-oh, Lindsay's doing math. You have no idea how hard this is for me. But I think I want to do Buddy the Elf this big. So if it pulls out this way, if I did him here and it was on the front, I could have his legs here and his torso. No, I want him on the inside. Okay, good. Are we good? Everybody following me? We're doing Buddy the Elf. Oh, wait. We were doing the cover here because I wanted to do a little mixed media. So the first one we're doing is elf, and I'll figure out the rest later. You go over here. Math time will be not while you guys are here. Susan, that's so funny. All right. So I want this ticket. I want the word elf, but I want it with Buddy. But I do want this ho, ho, ho. And I kind of want this to be darker than it is. I really have to get cleaned up here. I have such a giant mess. And also, by the way, I am loving black with red and green this year. Maybe I love it every year. I don't know. But I am loving it this year. Cheryl says, 1 between my knees and 1 I hug. I hug dogs, 2 dogs and a man. Usually the dogs are in between me and the man. And last night, the big one, Woody, all of a sudden I got this paw in my face. He just hit me and I thought it was Brent. And I woke right up and I'm like, Brent, stop hitting me. And he's like, what? I didn't do anything. And we realized it was the dog. He does, however, hit me sometimes in the middle of the night, not on purpose. He would never hit me on purpose. I would leave. And you should too, if anybody hits you on purpose. All right, so why is there joy in my voice today? Because everybody should have a birthday party with a 5-year-old, or you should just go to a 5-year-old's birthday party. But I think everybody should attend a 5-year-old party. I got to tell you what, this looks like a good scrap. I had so much fun yesterday at the pizza parlor with Atticus and a bunch of little 5-year-olds. My daughter-in-law put down coloring pages for Sonic the Hedgehog and pens at all the tables. And my whole family, my daughter, her new boyfriend, Chris, Riley, Savory had to work, Brent, not my mother-in-law because she doesn't want to mess it up, so she wouldn't try it. We all picked up the pens and we doodled. And then we got to play games. You know, you get those tickets, you know, those ticket things? And we got to play games with Atticus. And Bailey, my oldest new boyfriend, oh my God, he's a keeper. He loves the claw game. Yes, Atticus is 5. Yes, it's true. Atticus is 5. He loves the claw game. And he kept playing until he got to win. And I'll tell you what, I wanted a unicorn for Atticus, so I kept telling him, could you win me this unicorn? And he's like, oh yeah, no problem. He goes, I love these games. $12 later, he still hasn't won the unicorn, but he won a couple of rubber duckies and a ball. He won a lot of stuff. He is a player, and I love that about him. It just makes me happy. He is fitting into our family so nicely. You never know with these guys, right? And we told my daughter yesterday, don't blow it. Don't. This one's a keeper. So we'll see what happens. But he won so many times. And this place had a lot of claw games. And I felt bad for these kids because there weren't very many games. There were mostly claw games to, win stuff. And that just made me sad for these little guys. They should have had like pinball games or something. But, they want to make their money. And we may not do this mixed media thing on all of them, but right now we're doing it. Right now. Denise says, Atticus is 5 years old. When did he grow up? He is so grown up. He even hugged me yesterday on his own. He gave me a kiss. Not really a kiss, but he licked my face. All right, not only do I sleep naked, but I lick people. So I am that weirdo. What are the cloggings? What's a clogging, Nancy? I don't know what you're talking about. This is so crooked. Nancy, shouldn't you be in Florida having fun? Get out of here. And I don't know what a clogging is. Oh, a claw game. Claw. You know the claw that comes down and picks up a teddy bear and then you bring it over here and you drop it and you get the bear? A claw game. Not a clogging. They don't have cloggings at the pizza parlor. And my son got pizza. And my daughter made a cake, because she's the pastry chef in the family, so she has to make the cake. And sad but true, even pastry chefs have problems, right? She made her cake at work on her break, because she is a pastry chef at the Hyatt Hotel, fancy hotel, right? She's the head honcho. I'm going to want something under this. She's the head honcho. So she made the cake and she called me crying. And I'm like, what's the matter? And she said, Mom, I think I forgot to put in the baking soda or the baking powder or something. It didn't come out right. And I'm like, oh my God. Even pastry chefs make mistakes. How funny is that, right? I'm almost done here with this part, you guys. Just having a lot of fun with mixed media lately. Anyway, so she was freaking out. She couldn't make the cake at work. She didn't know what to do. She went home and made the cake. I want this, I think, over here. This would be a cool part for the elf word. Maybe elf will go on the cover. Anyway, she bought a funfetti cake mix. Nancy said, I had visions of all of you dancing in clogs. No, I'm not going to see my family doing that. I don't know what I'm trying to do right here. There. Should this go here? Maybe. Do we like that there? Should I come down just a little bit? I don't know, maybe. I'm going to cut this green off and see if I like it. Anyway, she was crying and she goes, I don't know what to do. I don't have any of the ingredients. They were all at work and I can't buy them again. I'm like, Riley, these are 5-year-olds and grown-ups. Make the good buttercream frosting that you make and just buy a Funfetti box. She said she felt guilty when she was at the market, like she was cheating on somebody. So she made him a cake that had Skittles inside because Atticus wanted to taste a rainbow. And she had no idea how to, she kept asking him, what does a rainbow taste like? He's like, I don't know, but I want to taste it. So she made one of those candy cakes where the candy comes out of the middle. And she cut the cake, and she was hoping that the candy would all fall out, but it did not. So she had to use her finger and scrape the center of the cake, and all the candy came out. And then Atticus and all his friends just ate it all, so that was fine. This is crooked. Yes, I need a little tiny bit of glue right there. I don't like crooked. All right, so there is my cover of my first page. And that's how I want my fronts to look. So I might put other ones of these here. I don't know yet, depending on what we do. But now we're going to set aside the book, cover it. Oh, and I'm using this paper too, but it's not here yet. It won't be here till the 3rd, which is, what's today? Wednesday. So Wednesday I'll have that vintagey paper, and by then I probably won't want it, so I'll probably just give it away. Okay, where's my picture of Buddy? I have a photograph of Buddy. Oh. He is tall, but I don't want him that tall, but I don't want him this short where it folds, I don't think. If I do, I could put it here. Maybe I should do it smaller, but he's so tall. Yeah. I'm done talking to myself. So I think I want my words over here, and I have several amazing Buddy the Elf quotes. Right? There's his head. Here's his hat. Needs to be a little wider. Does it have a feather? It has a band here and a feather. Oh, the band is much thicker. And a feather here. Let me see. I also have a drawing of him. Somebody did a drawing and I swiped it. I don't like that one as much. But he has, does he have elf ears? I can't remember. He has Will Ferrell hair, which is like Atticus's old hair. We'll give him elf ears and a neck. And then his collar comes down like a V. And then a big collar like this. They're kind of like lima beans? Not really. It is much more pointy than that, Lindsay. There we go. More like a triangle, less like a lima bean. Like that. And then his arms and his suit jacket is very long. And it comes in like this, out like this, and up like this. In like this, out like this, in like this, kind of. But we got to fix that. Do you see that? No elf ears? No elf ears. Okay, thanks, Judy. All right, so then when we get to here, we don't want to mess this part up because this is important. We're going to round it. Round it. I don't like either of those. Try again. If at first you don't succeed. Well, let's maybe put his belt in first. His belt could go up higher. And he has the little belt band. And then if we come down from here, maybe it swoops. And then it goes down in the back like that. That part's black. And then his legs come out of here. Yep. Those are skinny legs. I don't think Will Ferrell has those skinny legs. Not quite that skinny. Better. And then we have elf shoes. And they go like this. And a round thingy here. And a little heel. I'm going to get one good one and one I'm sure bad. That's a good one. I'm sure the next one is not going to be that good. Because I don't do anything the same. I mean, it's not horrible. It's pretty good, right? And then his arms, we don't have to see his hands, which is lovely. Right? There he is. That pretty much looks like him, I think. Right? Let's just look at the photograph one more time. Oh, his hands are there. We're not doing hands. And this is black. And it connects with that. But I don't like how I've done this bottom part. What did I do wrong? Oh, I see. This part is rounded. And this part comes down to a point. Lindsay? And right in here, it looks like he has a black shirt. Looks like his legs cut off, but I don't think I'm going to put that in there. All right. Let's pen it in. That was very stressful. Make sure our hat's pretty good. I only have one picture of his hat. It is what it is. It has this band here, and then the feather. It's red. It will be red, I promise you. And then Will Ferrell's hair is like Will Ferrell's hair. We're not giving him ears because it looks like his hair covers his ears. Like that. Make the crotch up higher. Oh, well, aren't you the bright crotch person? Lita, crotch master today. I can't go any higher. That's as high as I can go. Thank God you guys are here. All right. No ears. But we got his hair. And he is a sunshine girl or mud pie boy. So he just gets 2 eyes and a nose. And then we can do his collar. My husband took his mom home today because she will not use our washer and dryer or our shower. So, well, no, she had to get an echocardiogram also, but but the truth of the matter is she won't use any of our facilities. So he had to take her home so she could shower, and wash her clothes, because yesterday it was 48 degrees out in the town where the pizza place was, and she looked like she was playing a tennis match. She had white shorts on and a cream-colored sweater that was very thin. And I asked her all weekend, where are your pants? And she said, oh, well, I washed them when we were at my house, but then I have to hang them to dry so they don't wrinkle. And I'm like, well, here's many things. Number one, we have a washing machine you could use. I washed it out. I mean, it's never been this clean. My shower has never been this clean because I know she's a phobia. She got that phobia, whatever you call that phobia. So I knew she wouldn't be okay with what we have. So I washed everything. I said, I have an iron. You could have brought them here and hung them, and we could have washed them. And she goes, oh, it's not that cold. We're just going from the car to inside the place. And I knew she looked crazy. My husband knew she looked crazy. So we didn't say anything. We just let it be. And we got there, and my daughter-in-law's father said, Carol, where's the beach? And somebody else said, hey, are you playing tennis today? And she's so concerned about her appearance, but some things just doesn't matter. Anyway, I know I'm bad, and I know I should keep my mouth shut. Bugsy, it's okay. I think we drew Elf one other year, right? Did we? Well, anyway, so she got to go home and shower, and then he's going to leave her at her house for the day, and he's going to drive around town and go to the library and read and it's too cold to go to a park, but I said, just leave her there because she cannot live by herself anymore. We've decided that, but she doesn't know that. So I said, you got to check in on her and make sure she's okay, but you should leave her at home for a while and let her do her thing. So, yeah. And I just have to, it's like, what do you call that? Water off your back or water off a duckbill? What do you call that? Where you just let it roll. And I am learning to let it roll. He, however, does not know how to let it roll. That's a problem. So tomorrow we see his brother and my sister-in-law, and I think we're going to have a conversation. And it's going to be a hard one. I think it's time. Really do. So I didn't want to say anything the other day, but I stabbed my hand right here because she left a paring knife in the kitchen sink in a cup face up. Yeah, she does miss her home. That's a true fact. But she doesn't have any stuff, though, Valerie. But she does miss her home. It's emptier than you could imagine. But yeah, I feel bad for her. And yes, we do feel like there's quite a bit of dementia. Because she wanted to know where that guy was who got her medicine. And that's my husband. And that was my first realization that, yeah, it's here. We can't mess around anymore. So I don't know what they're going to do. It's up to my husband and his brother, not up to me. That is like the perfect Buddy the Elf color. She will not allow anybody to live with her, Barbara. Do you want to? Want her to come live with you, Barbara? No. She would not allow that. my nephew was going to live with her, and she didn't like that idea at all. Then he got a real job. Anyway. I thought of you all weekend every time I picked up a knife. Oh my gosh. It was very frightening because I don't turn the lights on in my house all the time because it costs money. I've turned into that person. I've turned into my dad who says, if you don't need light to see, don't turn it on. So I just went in to grab a dish and I saw there was something in the sink to wash, and it was a knife in a cup. And I would never leave a paring knife, a very sharp paring knife, because she had just used it to cut avocado, which we now know she can't do anymore either. And yeah, it was face up. I kind of felt like she wanted me to stab myself, but no. But it's true. Neither one of us have feelings for each other. Because, man, was she making fun of me the other day. So, works both ways. But, let's go back to that 5-year-old birthday party. So, for Christmas, I'm going to have coloring pages. Atticus got the game Trouble for his birthday. We're going to have aggravation. My mother-in-law loves aggravation. We used to have aggravation parties at her house when she was younger and a little bit more normal. So I'm going to have aggravation. We're going to have Trouble. We're going to have Go Fish. My daughter's going to come up with some Instagram-y type games. Diana says, everyone wants to keep the person with dementia in their home, but people forget the safety factor. Yeah, I'm not telling you all of this story. I'm not. And that is the same reason why after a month my mom went into a facility, because she walked out of our house and went into the forest, and we maybe would never have seen her. My mom was so fast. She would scale the gates at the memory care facility. Not the gates, I'm sorry, that's not true. She found a place that was an opening, and she would get out of the memory care portion of the facility, and she would run up a hill from the front doors of the driveway, up a hill. My mom, at 92, would run up this hill. And they'd go catch her and say, where are you going, Bev? And she'd say, oh, I'm just going home. And if you don't know about anybody with dementia, going home is a place in your heart. It's not an actual physical place. It's a place in your heart. So my mom was always trying to get home to my dad, who wasn't there any longer, and to the 2 kids that she had that were waiting for her at their school. Which was not me, because she thought I was her sister. But, it all works out. Oh, aggravation is a favorite family game. And my husband collects them. So, like, if we go to an antique store and they have an old one, or a thrift store, he buys it. We have, I think, 5. He loves the old versions. He does not like the new version with it's like neon colors. But we have that too. Somebody gave us one. But I think we all need 5-year-old fun in our lives more, Because it was a lot of fun at this party last night. I really should have done the yellow leggings first. Let's see. His leggings are yellow, right? Who said? Judy said, my mom had Alzheimer's. It's a hard illness and really on the family. Yep. I gotcha. Here too. My mom too. Let's put in his hair. Is his hair reddish brown? We're going to go kind of a reddish brown. I had to give Bugsy her monthly heart guard today, and she wouldn't take it as a full pill. So I had to cut it up in 4 pieces and hide it in cheese, and then put it down the back of her throat, and you kind of massage her throat. She won't even look at me now. She is not happy with me. But it's all right. She will later. But I was definitely the bad guy this morning. What's somebody eating in my craft room? I hear eating going on. Oh my gosh, who wrote that? I got to go back. Diana says my 82-year-old climbed over a 6-foot fence and escaped. Your husband? Oh my gosh. You know, more power to him. I get it. Can't be fun in that brain. I admire the people that have Alzheimer's. Oh, hold on. I got to dry that. The people that have Alzheimer's or dementia and can play the piano flawlessly still, or remember the play that they were in when they were a kid. My mom didn't have anything like that. Laura says, try the pet pockets for pills. I get the chicken flavored one and my dog eats it every day. He takes a pill every day? Does he have allergies? My daughter's dog had allergies. Poor little guys. Yeah, we put my mom into her facility for safety reasons and a few other reasons, but I have learned that I am not a caregiver. I don't have the patience. I don't have the patience. That's about it. I do have the feelings and the emotions and the caring, but I don't have the patience for what needs to be done for people. Buddy is looking pretty spiffy, Diana says. Diana, I miss you. Wish we could have a retreat every day and you could come. I also wish we could have a old people's home where we could all live and craft. People of like-minded things. Oh, Laura says, yes, skin allergies, and now she also takes an arthritis pill. Oh, baby. Whoops, that was not a good plan. This brush is kind of too big for right there. What's the top of the hat? Is it green? I guess if I was brighter, I would have done all that first. This part is black. Probably should use a micron. That's good. Thanks, Barbara. All right, I think the top of his hat is green. Let me look. Where's my Buddy the Elf picture? Yes, green. And a red feather. I was a good caregiver for children, but I am not a caregiver type for grown-ups, I guess. I don't know which green I use, so hopefully that was not it. That's it. Buddy the Elf. We're going to go a little later today. Yes, there is a special place for caregivers, especially the really good caregivers. My mom had a couple of really good ones, and then a couple of mediocre ones, and then a couple of really not good ones, which is why I ended up going every day and staying until she fell asleep. So I guess there's something to be said for that, quitting your job and taking care of your mom that way. And then we would do these videos from there, and I would do art from there, and I would do art with the people that would be there, the other patients or whatever you call them. I wouldn't call them a patient. Residents. I would call them a resident. But, you know, it occasionally got very not so good with some of the caregivers. So even when you pay a lot of money, you still don't have good people. Okay. Well, I like Buddy. Now is the fun part of Buddy the Elf. Let me see if I can find a picture. There we go. This is the part where he gets a gold belt. Well, that is not very gold. That's an older pen. Let me get a newer one. And then we get to do some scrolly work on his. I don't know if you guys are going to see it. Are you going to be able to see that? A little bit. Maybe this is the better pen. You can see this. Do you see how you can see with these Sparkle Pops? There's ink there and there's no ink there. So I was right to begin with. Oh yeah, that's much better. Oops. We had a little glitch in the system, but it came back. I think this is my favorite part of him, is his little jacket with flowers and doodlies. Can you see it? It's really cute. Then we have to choose the quote, because there are so many good Buddy the Elf quotes, you guys. So many. What else do you want to talk about? The Vikings lost yesterday. My husband was super sad. They haven't won. They're not going to win. Okay. I'm adding a little more gold, even though he doesn't probably have this gold up here. And making sure that his belt is nice and gold. I hope you can see that. What does this say? Who's this? Hold on. Caregiving. Oh, joy. Caregiving for loved ones with dementia is so hard. I've been helping my friend's 102-year-old mom, and it's like an alien has taken over her body. She yells, spits, cries, and confused a lot. Going on 2 years or more. And it's hard living in 2 different towns each month. Oh. So we can take care of our own homes and needs. Well, Joy, you're amazing. That's amazing. Thank you for doing that for her. You're a great friend. Just going to add glaze pen over his belt a little. so it's a little bit shiny, and I'm going to outline his shoes in glaze pen. And then we got to pick a quote. It's either the sugar quote, it's the one that says, Santa, I know him, or the one that says, the best thing about Christmas cheer is singing loud for all to hear. I'm going to give him polka dot shoes. I mean, you can barely see the black on black. On Wednesday, I'm buying Disneyland tickets. Pretty excited. That's my kid's Christmas gift. And I wished I knew somebody who printed shirts. I would make us all shirts to match, but I don't know if they want that. Look at those cute shoes. Cute shoes. The sugar quote, okay, hang on. Let me read them to you. I have this one, which says, I just like to smile. Smiling's my favorite. There's that one. This is just Buddy the Elf. Hold on. There's this one about sugar. The 4 main food groups of elves are candy, candy canes, candy corn, and syrup. I don't really like that one, though. I'm going to use this one. I had it written down here, and then I think I threw it away. I did. The best way to spread Christmas cheer is singing loud for all to hear. I think I've done this one 1,000,000 times. Oh, hold on. I think you better have cheeks. Yeah. Happy that he has cheeks. All right. I think we'll use the glaze pen. And I'm thinking the background needs something. I think this is very crooked. Kind of crooked. I sure love these glaze pens. I'm really sad that they're gone. What do you guys want to talk about? I've talked about everything. I don't have anything else in my brain. It's gone. I'm going to make beef stroganoff tonight. I found a recipe on Instagram using ground beef and egg noodles. And normally I use like a McCormick seasoning packet, but I'm going to try it this way because my husband is low salt. I spelled Christmas wrong. You guys, I spelled Christmas wrong. Why didn't somebody stop me? There's absolutely no way to fix it. I don't even know if this is going to work. Might have to throw the whole thing away. Just kidding. I'm not going to throw it away. Might have to cut him out and put him on another card. I'm going with it. Donna says, cut him out and paste him to another sheet. Five by 10, right? Hang on. Maybe he should go on a different color. Oh, I like that. Hang on. I like this. And then it can glue to a watercolor card. Let's get rid of all this because it's just making me mad. It would have looked really weird if I had just covered that word Christmas. I'm sorry I'm going way over time-wise. But I'm not sorry because he came out really cute and I want him to look good. I have a big pile next to me of lots of reds and green papers for the year, for the season, whatever. And I'm happy to say he's going to become a collage element because he's getting cut out. Oh, did I miss the word way as well? Oh my gosh. Stop talking, Lindsay. All right, we're not going to talk while I do the lettering. Okay? Oops. So I did miss a word and I spelled a word wrong. That is in honor of my daughter messing up as a pastry chef, forgetting to put baking soda into her cake or baking powder. Whatever it was, the cake, she said, did not rise. They had a huge wine event at her work. And she had to make these rabbits out of chocolate. They were like very delicate, lacy looking rabbits to match a statue that the winery has at their place in Napa. And it was very fancy people, big bucks. And my daughter had to make 100 rabbits, right, out of chocolate. So piped chocolate onto like parchment, and then it dried, and then you peeled them off, and you had little chocolate rabbits that went onto a fancy dessert that she was making. And she made those like the week before, I want to say. And the following day, she came in, and somebody had thrown trays on top of these rabbits. They were all broken, every single one of them, every single one. And I said, find that person and fire them, because that is no way to be in a fancy kitchen. No way. No way to act. She never found them, so. I don't know where Carmen is today, Denise. I thought about that earlier. Oh, he looks good on red. Red is his color, not orange. But I do like this red. Okay, this is going to be super cute. Did I fold that straight, though? Let's make sure it's straight. Yeah, I don't know where Carmen is. Oh, man, he looks good on red, right? Am I right? Sometimes messes can be good things. Just have to wait for my glue to drop. I shouldn't be here, Jackie, because we should normally be done by now, but I kind of went over time-wise. Ha ha ha. All right. I'm going to fold him. I'm going to fold this. And then put him in the fold. There he is. Messes turn to masterpieces. Thank you, Dawn Styles, for your, whatever. Denise says, my Jeffrey was a fabulous baker, and one time he used cornstarch instead of flour. It was the only bad, inedible thing he ever made. We got a really good laugh. But him, not so much. Okay, don't talk to me. I'm going to start a little higher. And it's nice there are kind of lines on this one, so I'll get it straighter. But I'm not talking. So talk amongst yourselves. Or post questions that you have for me and I'll answer them when I'm done writing. Best way to spread EAD spelled correctly. Christmas cheer. Whew. I like the other C better. What can you do? I wanted it tall and skinny. Don't talk. Got the R in there. Almost to Christ. Got it to Christ. Got to get to Mass. Hope I can fit it. I can. I got the Christ and the Mass. Phew. Christmas cheer. Don't spell anything else wrong. I love this black on this red. I would not have thought normally that I would. Whoa, that's fancy, Lindsay. Where did that come from? Is singing loud for all to hear. I don't know where that R came from. I wanted loud to be big, and it is. And I want it to be a little thicker. Going for thickness. And this word's a little bigger too, because it's all, it's everyone. Then we're going to do here the same way we did Christmas. As long as I spell it right. Red looks fabulous. I love red at Christmas time and Valentine's time and 4th of July. The other rest of the time just doesn't belong. I think we need a curly here. It's my daughter's favorite movie. I'm just wondering, do I need more pattern in his jacket? Man, that pen is so cool, that glazed pen. Really, truly is. Really, truly. Denise says the mistake turned out making this project even better. Yeah, I agree. Okay, well, I like it a lot. Buddy, you're a good man. I don't know where all my paper is such a mess right now. So that's it. I'm going to figure out... Oh, you know what? I do want to cut my watercolor paper. Give me just a sec. I do want to glue it to the watercolor paper. Hang on. It was 5 by 10, I think. Something like that. Something like that. And this is going to glue to this. Oh, that's cute. Do we like the white border or should we make it green? Come up a little. I kind of like the white border. And you know what else I could do if I wanted to? I could just glue it in the crease and this could flip and I could have more pages there, but I don't want to do that. Yeah, I'll glue it tomorrow. I don't want to glue it today. I don't want any more mistakes. All right, you guys, have a great rest of your day. I don't think I'll be back here for any reason, so I'll see you tomorrow. What's our prompt for tomorrow? Uh-oh. Where's the cute... There it is. Tomorrow is Christmas with the Cranks. Sorry, it's so small you can't read it. Christmas with the Cranks. I'll have to look that up. I don't even know what that movie is. I think it's one of those funny ones that I don't watch. All right, I'll see you all tomorrow. Have a great day. We did this page right there and this page. So, there we go. All right. Love you guys. Be good humans. Bye.